How's everybody doing today? We still got that situation out there in California. Prayers to everybody out there. You know, it's incredible when you think about that they pay the highest taxes in the nation and they're actually getting the lowest amount of return from those Democrats that they voted into office. What we're seeing in LA is totally unnecessary. This is something that should not happen in the United States, but it is. And it's because it's a political system and an ideology that believes in big government, welfare, handouts, and for you not to be self sufficient. My belief is that this is basically negligence. What they're trying to do is tie Donald Trump's hands to make him busy so that when he gets into office, he doesn't concentrate on the criminals that he needs to root out of office. It only makes sense. When you know that you have a place, there's a saying, there's a song, it never rains in Southern California. This is nothing new. This is not a situation that they don't know about, something that they can get caught by surprise. You know, if Florida got hit with an earthquake, that'll be a surprise because Florida's not in a earthquake zone. But Southern California, fires is a known problem. Why don't you prepare? It's negligence. So why? Why are they trying to do this? I believe, like I said, they want to tie the hands of the president for when he gets into office. If he starts going after his political opponents, they can say, well, look, he's trying to get revenge, but there's people that are suffering in our largest state. Also, people are forgetting that Los Angeles is the site for the 2028 Olympics, and they're ill prepared. And as opposed to maybe going more into the desert, more into desolate land, which Southern California does have, the more you move away from the water, the less populated it gets. It's not beyond them to go ahead and burn down the most valuable parts of LA so that they can have a great 2028 Olympics. The government never does one thing for one reason. It's always four-dimensional chess. Always remember that. When the government makes a decision to do something, either for or against the people, it has to fulfill multiple reasons. Also, they're scared of losing the state of California. They did the math, and a lot of people voted Republican, even though it did turn blue. The percentages that the Republicans gained in that state does scare the Democratic Party. Is this a way to chase away people with money? Because the Democratic Party is the party of the poor. They want more poor people. They don't like people who are self-sufficient. That's a threat to how they operate. So why not get rid of all these rich people? Let them go somewhere else. To fulfill their agenda, it's better for Los Angeles and California to stay blue than to one day turn back to red. It's negligence. We have to think why. Why would they do this? Why would they ignore what is very obvious? Let me tell you something. If you have a kid and he walks into the street, you have a 2-year-old and he walks into the street and gets hit by a car, the police will come and knock on your door and lock you up for negligence. You are the parent. It is your job to protect your child. So if we elect individuals to represent us as a governor, senator, mayor, it's their job to run things correctly. That is why they were voted in, and people are hurt. Things that are very obvious for them to fix or to stay on top of, and they don't, it's their fault. And that's one thing we have to come to the realization. The Democrat Party has turned to a party that's actually a danger to this nation. Every place they get their hands on, they turn it upside down. Look at New York. Now there is a consumption tax for congestion. Anything below 60th Street in Manhattan, you're going to be paying triple and double to live there. If you get an Amazon delivery below 60th Street in Manhattan, that truck has to pay to go into your zone. The way they look at it is, let's tax the people more. No, let's not make the roads wider. Let's not make mass transit better. Let's go ahead and tax the people more for coming into their own community. Big government. That's their solution. People need to wake up as to what's actually going on. But I was listening to an interview by Martin Armstrong, and he stated that in his forecast, the Democrat Party will actually shrink in this nation. From the time that Roosevelt was president to now, every high that the Democrat Party has is lower than the previous. Under his administration, Delano FDR was the high point of Democratic rule in this nation. And ever since then, it's been going downhill. This is a party that I believe will go extinct in this nation once the people wake up. What the Republican Party has to do is sell itself correctly to the rest of the United States and its citizens. It needs to stop being viewed as a party of the country club yuppie types and start selling itself as the party of the working class, pro-American, small government, pull yourself by your bootstraps, opportunity, business, make it on your own. Because the opposite is the Democrats, which is big government, in your pocket, tax you to death, bring down your services, socialism, communism. For California not to have water coming out of the pipes, I mean, you see stuff like that in Cuba, in Venezuela. But anything that they get their hands on, they destroy. They destroyed Detroit. I lived under Democratic rule in the South Bronx when it was burnt out in the 70s. That was all done by the Democrats. They did this on purpose. I believe that at the end, what they were trying to do is impoverish prosperous state in the United States, California, to make it more impoverished, chase away people with money, because the Democrats are the party of the poor. Also, they want to go ahead and make things more comfortable and more suitable for them when they do the 2028 Olympics. That's the agenda. Third is the tighter hands of the president. I believe there's going to be more disasters. I don't know what it is, but there's going to be more. There's going to be more because they want him busy. The more disasters this nation has, the less he can concentrate on them. So, people, we need to wake up. We need to see reality for what it is. We need to pray for those in California. There is no horror more than losing your home. Even if you have the money. Mel Gibson said, listen, it's not a big deal. I got the money. But it's a lot of things that got burnt that you can't replace. So even though that these people, most of those areas were places where people were well-to-do, there's just a lot of things that you can't replace in a fire. That's just a fact of life. No matter how much money you have. Unless you could clean out that house from top to bottom, you lost something. But the funny thing about it, all those people were liberals. And let me tell you, when it's time to rebuild, they're going to see what democratic liberal policies look like, and red tape and bureaucracy. They're going to see what they voted for all these years. And I believe that's going to be the tide that turns the boat. This fire is going to open the eyes of those who were asleep. Let's hope so. So again, let's stand by the people of California and realize what was done before our eyes. You have a good one. Thank you.